the Bonez and Beardz Podcast with Brian and Chad and co-host Drew Giles, where we dive headfirst into the world of hunting and fishing with a healthy dose of humor and humility. Well, guys, we got a special guest with us tonight. We got Noah Barker from DOA Fishing Charters. Noah, tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Well, for starters, business, you can find me. I have a website. It's called DOA Fishing LLC. You can find me on Fishing Booker. You can find me on pretty much anywhere on Google. Facebook is the same thing, DOA Fishing LLC. Instagram is DOA Fishing. But I grew up fishing the bay down here and everything around, the rivers surrounding the Delta, all that good stuff. So,
and we're talking inshore fishing, correct?
Yeah, I do offshore stuff during the summertime, snapper stuff and all that. But
yeah,
and you can especially book that on my website or wherever you find me at. But I do both. Mainly do inshore, but I do snapper fish or near shore is what we would call it. But 90% of the time we're just doing inshore stuff: speckled trout, flounder, sheephead, any of that good stuff. Whatever's in
the fun stuff.
The fun stuff.
Yeah.
Ready for these hard-hitting questions?
I'm ready.
So how'd you get started fishing, and what got you hooked on chasing specks and reds?
Well, my dad got me into fishing when I was young. He moved down here from, he used to live in North Alabama when he was growing up, and he moved down here and got into it real good, and then he got me into it from the age of, I probably stepped on a boat 1.5, 2 years old. Could barely walk. Since I could pick a fishing pole up, he brought me on the boat and taught me how to fish, and that's pretty much how I got into it. And that's pretty much what we targeted when we were growing up. We did the speckled trout, redfish, we did all your inshore fish, all that good stuff. And then when I finally got old enough to buy my own boat, something about chasing bigger trout and all that, it's fun. It can be challenging, it can be easy. You just you never know.
Yeah. I guess on all the videos and pictures that we see on Facebook, that's your dad and your brother in there most of the time?
Most of the time.
Okay.
Yep, Dad doesn't fish with me as much inshore. He's kind of got into the offshore stuff, snapper fishing and whatever he can get into out there. But my brother, he does fish with me quite often. All the tournaments we fish and just fun fishing on the weekends. And so it's been me and him for the most part.
Yeah, he'll say he's going to take me, and he never does.
I've got the same thing. We're going to go. We're going to go.
I've known him for a few years now, and I keep
he does that to you too.
Yeah. Even hunting. They're like, man, come on down and kill a deer.
You think it's the old coach.
All right, now you bring the deer down there.
The deer's on me.
The deer's on you.
Because you don't deer hunt.
It's an open invitation. I haven't been able to get it.
It's always an open invitation.
Yeah. You got that with us.
Yeah. I've never killed a deer.
That's sad.
Ever.
That's sad.
This is the first anybody's ever hearing that, too.
He also won't tell you that he doesn't like to climb up anything.
I don't like heights. I don't. I hate heights.
So you won't climb the ladder?
I've been in a ladder. So I've been deer hunting. I have been about a dozen times. And about 6 of them, I was in a ladder stand, 6 of them in a shooting house. And
you'd rather be in the shooting house, though, wouldn't you?
I would. Get me in there with the wasp. I'll take the wasp over the heights.
Hey, some of them shooting houses are pretty tall, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them are nice.
I've been in a tall shooting house, but it had a nice set of stairs that went all the way up. It wasn't like I had to climb a ladder. Even though I do construction, I hate heights.
You got to climb the ladder on all our shooting houses.
Yeah.
We didn't teach him how to use a climber. That's what I mean.
You need one of them old school climbers, too.
That's the fun stuff.
No.
So you ain't ever working for a power company, huh?
Heck no. Man, all my brothers have worked doing climbing stuff. And they've all been, in heights. 2 of them did tower work. When you bring up the tower, I'm out then. Yeah.
I'm okay on heights. I can climb. I've climbed the oil tank before, working with my uncle, and I'll go if there's something's up there. I'll climb it high, to deer hunt and everything. But when you start talking about towers, I ain't doing that.
Heck no.
I ain't doing that.
Yeah, I'm not too big on the
I don't
tower.
care how much money they pay. I ain't changing that.
I see how y'all feel about towers is how I feel about a tree
ladder.
Yeah.
And what's even worse is when you get up there and the bottle falls out the tree.
Yeah.
That's happened to me.
It's happened to me,
I
too.
think that's everybody.
So I've been, the few times I have been in a ladder stand, I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep up there, and it's like that. I'm gonna fall off this dang thing.
They make
If I'm
safety
asleep.
harness.
Yeah, they make a harness to tie
Yeah, I'm
you.
probably supposed to be wearing one. You know,
Yeah.
You are.
I've never put one on. It's terrible to say, but it's just
I don't always do it with a ladder, but if I'm in a climber,
that's different.
I
That's
got
a
the
whole
ducker
different
on.
story.
Yeah. And a ladder, I don't have it on every time either, but I like to have it on where I can if I do want to nap.
Right.
Because there is that possibility of nodding and keep on going.
Oh yeah, it's always there.
Well, the speckled trout bite has been tremendous
Oh,
this summer.
It's on fire.
Tell us a little bit about how your summer's gone so far.
Our summer's been great. I mean, just from just a quality aspect and a quantity aspect. I think this summer has been the best summer for me personally, and I've heard a bunch of other people say it too, just with the numbers of the quality size trout that we've been catching this summer. I mean, and it's not like it's contained to one area. There's people in Mississippi Sound, there's people in Upper Mobile Bay, South, Southern Mobile Bay, Eastern Mobile Bay. I mean, it's just all over. It's been great this year. We went last weekend. Me and my girlfriend went. Just us two.
Oh, we see the picture. We ain't gonna let you off the hook on that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We see.
Uh,
Do you fish by yourself anymore?
occasionally, I like to fish by myself every once in a while. It's peaceful out there, but we'll have to get all of us out there one day. We need to
There
pick
it
a
is.
day.
Drew. There it is again.
yeah.
When were we going? We were going. We had a specific time. We were going 1 week. We said, "All right, we're going." What happened? Something came
I'll
up.
have
with
to
you.
look back at my messages. It was something legitimate though. I'm sure.
Hey, I know
Sure,
about
it was
that.
something
I
legitimate.
don't know if y'all know Omar Booker, but I had him. He's been asking to go. Finally, I got him. I was like, "Yeah, meet me up at a coffee shop, and we'll jump in the truck and go." So finally, after all this time, we finally get a date hammered down, and we're going. He gets here before me. He's looking around the boat. I get here. I hook up to it. Everything. He said, "Hey, man, where's your prop?" Prop is gone. Your prop was gone. Yeah. Long story short, a guy had given me a prop, and he decided to come back and take it.
I remember that story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember that one.
See,
So we didn't get to go.
So
So they're all legitimate excuses.
well, the reason we didn't get to go is because I got free tickets to fish a tournament. I just looked back on my messages.
that's what it was.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
I got free ticket, and we actually ended up winning some money that tournament.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're okay there, but
Yeah.
summer's not over now.
no, we need to.
That girlfriend is taking our spot. That's what's happening, Ray. She won't allow us on there.
So when he's a lot prettier than us.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
So when you go speckled trout fishing, before you even throw a line in the water, what's something you're looking for?
Well, one key thing is bait. I mean, most people are going to tell you that. One thing I always do try to look for is mullet jumping. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just like, I don't know what about it is about a mullet coming out of the water, but when a mullet jumps out the water, 9 out of 10 times I'll catch fish.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
And I've never, you're always looking for bait and stuff like looking for birds and stuff. But this year is the first time really that someone kind of taught me, if, you're fishing there and no mullet movement anywhere inshore or on the beach or whatever, probably not going to be good right there. So we've moved before this summer, moved a couple of times and found mullet, and we're successful there.
I don't know what the deal about it is with the mullet. I mean, it's the same thing during the wintertime. I'll be fishing some, shallower spots or whatever, and if there's no mullet jumping, half the time we're not catching fish. Now, that's not always true.
Right.
I've hammered fish before, and there hasn't been a single bait in sight,
Right.
But a lot of the times I do find, even during the wintertime months, you see a mullet jump or a few mullet jump on a bank, there's going to be trout around.
Yeah.
Redfish, trout, all that good stuff.
I know when we fished the beach a couple of weeks ago, we were trying different spots and it was glass that day. And we tried different spots, and the spots that we didn't see any mullet, we weren't catching anything. And then when we did see mullet, we started catching fish. So I'm like, I'm kind of believing in that a little bit.
This past weekend, we fished the rodeo, and we started Sunday morning on this flat, just kind of a flat area, some structure, some rocks and stuff on a flat. And we pulled up, and there's bait flipping everywhere, and there's pogies and shrimp and whatever. and then just mullet jumping. And we caught some nice trout, but that was almost every spot we hit that day. We'd see a mullet jump somewhere, and we'd catch fish.
How'd y'all do in the tournament?
We didn't win anything, but we caught a lot of nice fish. We didn't catch a ridiculous amount of fish, trout-wise, but we weren't really targeting numbers.
Right.
We're pitching a lot of bigger baits, free-lining pogies and free-lining big shrimp, and throwing artificials, looking for just a bigger bite. And we caught a good bit of fish in that 19 to 21 inch range. Caught a couple right at 21 and a half, but they're just kind of skinny. And
yeah, what won it? You remember?
4.25 won it. 4.13 second. I think because they pay, if you get in the jackpot, it pays first through 10th.
Yeah,
that jackpot was huge too.
12 grand this year. Yeah,
wow.
We actually ended up catching one overslot that would have won it if it was an inch shorter, but that's how it goes. But yeah, 10th was like 3.79, I think, and I mean even the 4.2 is doable, which that didn't get weighed into the last minute. And the biggest trout we caught all weekend was only 19 and a half inches. Girlfriend caught it on a free line shrimp, just a big shrimp, and it was 19 and a half inches, but it was well over 3 pounds. 3.3, 3.4. But we caught a lot of fish right at that 3 pound range.
Yeah.
We targeted redfish, and we caught some redfish. We didn't give it a whole lot of effort, but we caught a few in that 24 inch range, 23 inch range. We just couldn't get one 26 inches. That's really all we did. We kind of went for the trout. I mean, it's hard not to when you see 12 grand up there. You can win, you know?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this a little, because I know the trout bite has been tremendous all summer. I think we've all caught a lot of trout this summer, and you know, it's been big trout too. It hadn't been I think I've been one time where we had small trout, you know, but usually last summer and the previous summers, that's kind of happened more than not. But this summer, they've been big trout. Now, when you specifically, you know, you talk about you're specifically kind of going for that trout a little bit because of that jackpot. But when you're going to target redfish, what are you actually doing when you switch from speckled trout to redfish? Now, how you doing that?
It's kind of similar. Almost the same stuff I'm looking for trout. Redfish is just a lot more structure based for me. It's not for everybody, but for me it is. And I tend to do a lot better with almost like a rocky substance. Whatever, you know, if I'm fishing around any kind of rock or boulders, anything like that, that always tends to work for me the best. Depending on the area, I'll free line them or I'll split shot them and get them down. If it's shallow, I like to pop and cork them up. Still looking for those mullet too. I mean, redfish will chase a mullet just like a trout will. And I've seen redfish, you know, eat a 6-8 inch mullet, easy 10 inch mullet. They don't care. If they can fit it in their mouth, they'll eat it or try to.
Now, how are you rigging it?
There's 3 ways I like to do it. For redfish specifically, is just to pop and cork, and depending on how deep I'm fishing, just, you know, the body of water I'm in, I'll rig it anywhere from 1 foot to 2.5 foot deep. And then my rule of thumb is always I'll pop it every 5 to 10 seconds. Pop, let it sit. Pop, let it sit. Pop, let it sit.
Are you doing that with all baits or just shrimp?
All it. If I got it on a pop and cork, doesn't matter what's on it. That's what I like to do personally. That's what I think works.
And obviously it works. You're catching fish.
A lot of people tell you they do it every 2 to 3 seconds. Because all that pop and cork is doing is really just creating a disturbance on top of the water.
Right.
And y'all know that.
Right.
I mean, it's just imitating another fish coming up and blowing.
Right.
A lot of the times, I feel like personally, if you do it too much, it's almost overbearing. Doesn't sound natural.
Yeah. I don't think I do it enough because I don't think it's 3 or 5 seconds for me.
I have a little patience, so I do it probably too much.
I mean, if I make a 50-yard cast or a 40-yard cast, I'll pop that joker. I'll bet I'll pop it 50 times, you know, on the way back in.
Maybe that's where I'm going.
Yeah, I was about to say me too, because I'm popping every 20 seconds.
Yeah, I'm popping it, and I'm sitting there just kind of enjoying it. Ain't nothing hit yet. And I'm thinking about something else.
And it's
pop.
Especially if you're looking for fish. You know, if you don't know they're there, it's almost better in some scenarios to pop it more than you normally would. Because, I mean, it's going to draw their attention. Now, whether they come and eat it or not is a whole different story, but it's going to draw their attention if there's any fish around, whether that be trout, redfish, you know, whatever it is. If I'm fishing and I know there's fish and I'm catching fish, I don't like to, you know, overdo it. I'll do 10, 15 seconds, 20 seconds sometimes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they'll just come up and they'll see it swimming, especially if they're schooled up. And,
Right.
you know, the cork's just almost for eyesight.
Right.
Yeah, I've never really been big in like done a whole lot of it until this last year in Louisiana, and all them guys down there, all the locals, that's all they
That's
use.
all they use.
Four
Yeah.
horsemen, I think, popping corks and live shrimp.
That's exactly what we used when we went to Venice.
The four horsemen.
Yeah, and with popping cork, but we weren't. Our guide, it was all artificial on popping cork.
Yeah,
live
DOAs
shrimp,
or
yeah.
what's those other
We used some kind of grub. It
Yeah.
was, but we were catching.
voodoos?
But
I
we
prefer to throw an artificial on a popping cork. It's just a lot easier, especially
Yeah.
if you're. I mean,
Having a re-rig.
yeah, but I mean, if I have a customers or whatever on the boat, we're always throwing live bait. But a lot of times when I'm by myself, I don't fool with putting the real shrimp on there. I feel like it works pretty similar in most scenarios. It basically works the same to me.
What type of artificial shrimp do you use?
DOA? I love a DOA. The only thing I don't like about a DOA is 3-4 fish in, they'll tear it pretty good.
It's
Now,
done.
have you tried the super glue trick?
I have.
Yeah.
And
Does it help any?
It does help. You'll get a couple more fish out of it. One lure that I have started loving, I've seen everybody's throwing it, is the Nomad Swisher shrimp. I think
Yeah.
it's Switcher.
Yeah.
It is amazing. So look, I have to go back on what I said last week because after we got done with the podcast, I said, dude, I had said on the podcast that I haven't caught a limit of flounder, and I was wrong. I've caught a limit of flounder on that switcher shrimp, and that thing is the truth.
I think they're good for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we threw it this weekend and they hold up well too. Is
They
the
held it
thing.
very well.
Yeah.
I caught my whole limit on one bait,
Yeah.
and then got it stuck, and I swam out into the water to get it.
See, I saw you and I saw Bud catching them on there, so I
Yeah.
drove all the way down to the
And
beach.
they were
to
sold
get,
out.
no, I got
Oh,
me, I
did
got
you?
me one pack.
Somebody was telling me the other day they drove all the way down there and they were sold out.
I got me one pack. I should have got two because they had two. I don't know why I didn't.
And
'Cause I got some other stuff.
I like to throw the 5-inch.
Yeah.
Most
That's
people
what we
throw
do.
the 3-inch,
We throw on the 5-inch.
but I like the 5-inch. You get a lot bigger bites on the 5-inch.
Yeah.
You'll miss a lot more fish on the 5-inch,
Yeah.
but the fish that you catch on the 5-inch most of the time are they're gonna be good fish.
Quality fish.
Yeah. Now you will catch some. If you're targeting specks, you'll catch some 12-inch specks on 5-inch lure.
So I
They'll eat it.
Now you use those on
Specs.
popping cork.
I will. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I haven't tried that. We just used them for the flounder, but I became a firm believer in them because they hold up.
I like
Yeah.
to get like an 1/8 ounce, just small jig head, and put it on a popping cork and put it down there.
What are y'all using? Quarter?
We were using quarter and 5/16.
I just feel like the heavier. I mean, now if I'm jigging it on the bottom, I'll put
Yeah.
it on a quarter.
Yeah. What y'all work is y'all
We were, yeah.
fishing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'll throw. But a lot of times I'll use it for like trout bait, keeping it suspended. Not letting it quite get to the bottom. You have to work it faster, but it worked for us this weekend. We'll
Yeah.
throw it on like an 1/8 ounce, something small, and you'll get it halfway on the column.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got them. They in the bag.
They're Australian, right?
Huh?
They're Australian, I believe.
Ooh, I'm
The
not sure.
nomads. But
I honestly don't know.
they've got it figured out, man.
It is, and the quality of that lure is, I mean, it's better than any.
Oh, it looks good.
It's just as good as a voodoo shrimp when it comes to quality, because those voodoos are pretty dang good.
yeah.
I mean, I found they're worth it. I think they look really realistic. They're one of the most realistic looking
Now, when you
shrimp.
can catch a whole limit on one, it's worth it.
Yep,
Right.
100%.
Because there's plenty of other baits, not naming any names, but there's plenty of other baits that I catch one flounder on and it's toast.
Oh, yeah.
And
Right.
you got to throw another one on.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it's, the tail's getting bit off.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
that nomad held up. That's why I took a swim to get it. I was like, I want that jugger.
I like to throw pokier on it too, especially if I'm
Yeah,
flounder fishing with it.
Yeah.
And it works good.
Flounder pounder or some
I
shrimp.
really don't like the scent that it comes with, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
it
works.
comes with like a.
It's almost like coffee. Still what I
Dude, we've been using coffee scented on my buddy's custom stuff. Stuff's legit for trout. Like trout love coffee scented stuff.
I caught a lot of trout on that nomad shrimp this week.
How you getting coffee scent? I had to try.
He has no. We did talk about that though. No, he's got a coffee
Hey, maybe
oil.
that's the new business thing.
Yeah.
Coffee scent.
He's got an oil that he puts in it, and it's coffee scented. So stuff's awesome.
We're at a new location here. We got little sirens in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Going to trout, redfish, it doesn't matter. What are your tactics early spring versus later in the summer when the water starts to heat up?
Yeah, that's my biggest question because now we're getting to that point where we've been fishing some and we're done by like 9 o'clock.
Oh,
And I know y'all
oh,
fishing the tournaments. Are y'all done that? I know y'all
Oh,
done
I
that. Are fishing the tournaments.
I mean, it sucks. Once you get midday when it's hot like this, those fish don't like to bite. I mean, you have to almost force them to bite. But the big difference for me is just when it starts getting hot like that is to get out there early as you can, because they're going to eat they're going to eat early.
Yeah.
A lot of times they'll eat before the sun comes up. And during the spring, a lot of times I find you can find fish and you can get on schools of fish all day long. You know, it doesn't matter what time of day you go. But I like to, when it gets hot like that, a lot of times I like to find a little bit later in the morning, I'll find a little deeper water. And target them in there because it gets a little cooler. They kind of chill out and do that thing, do whatever trout do.
Now, when you say deeper water, how many feet are you talking?
In the mornings, I typically like to fish flat areas, 5 foot, 7 foot max.
Yeah.
And I just find that works best for me. And then as the day goes, I'll progressively get into about 15 foot and just that little bit of drop off. If you can find anywhere, like say you're fishing in an area and you see 7, 8 foot of water in it, you got a little hole. Bam. 15 feet and it comes back up 7, 8 foot. A lot of times there's going to be fish stacked in there, especially when it's hot outside. Because those trout, they don't like being up on flats when that sun gets up. It gets over top of their head. They're just like humans. They don't like to be hot.
Yeah.
But you got to think, early August, mid-August, that water temp gets up in the 90s. They're baking.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So how you changing your tactic there? You just fishing deeper, or?
A lot of times, yeah, I just like to fish deeper from, for me personally, from spring to early summer or late summer, a lot of my tactics stay the same when it comes to just areas I'm fishing, because a lot of times I find that trout kind of hang out in those areas year round. I do like to, like I said, I do like to target deeper water when it gets warmer.
Yeah.
That's a big thing for me. Not super deep. You don't want to go too deep, but
Right.
I like that 12, 15 foot range. Look for that. And another thing is I'll still live and die by the bait.
Yeah.
But that's not really a tactic change.
So when you go that deeper water, are you fishing it any different, or what are you doing?
A lot of the times I like to slow everything I'm doing down. When it gets hot outside like that, I find that they move a lot slower. They don't like to exert a lot of energy, and they slow down. They're not as fired up, so you want to slow everything down for them. You don't necessarily want to make them chase something. You almost want to drag it in front of them and, let them do their thing. If they're going to eat it or not. But you don't want to make them chase it.
Yeah.
A lot of times early morning, during late summer, even in the springtime, they're fired up. They're going to eat. They're fired up early in the morning during the springtime. I've caught them in the springtime at 1 o'clock where they're fired up eating. But I've done that during the late summer too. I've caught them midday, just found them fired up.
Right.
And a lot of that depends on tidal movement and, whatever else is going on. But definitely when it gets hot like that outside and I'm fishing a little deeper water, and I definitely slow everything down. Whether you're fishing a jig or whether you're fishing a shrimp or whatever you're fishing, slow it down.
Yeah.
And that's what works for me.
Yeah.
Well, I see on your pictures and videos, you ain't blacking out the background, or is it? So I can see where you fishing.
I don't care.
You love that.
I got to comment on this because I sent him a picture one time of a pretty nice sized trout I caught. I wasn't no hammer, but it was a decent sized trout. And he says, "Hey, you need to blur that background out before you post it." He says, "That's one of our favorite spots." This last weekend, he posted that same picture from the same spot.
I don't know if you remember who told you to go in there when you caught that fish or not.
I know, but you didn't blur that background.
Here's my thing. So during the summertime, I could care less.
Yeah.
There's people fishing tournaments and stuff. I don't really care if you know where I'm catching fish most of the time. But during the wintertime is a whole different deal.
Hey, that right there, people don't know what we're talking about, but that has become my favorite sheep's head spot. So
Where he's been?
yes, that is my favorite sheep's head spot.
When we go, I want to go over there.
Hey, we caught some fish in there this weekend.
I say it. I'm
We
like,
caught
my
some fish
goodness.
in there. Yeah, we blurring the backgrounds out. I don't do that during the summertime. I honestly could care less.
All that background, I was like, dang, he got on to me for that.
But during the wintertime, we fish all these wintertime tournaments and stuff, and I don't like people to know where I'm catching them during the wintertime. We take a lot of pride in those wintertime tournaments that are artificial only. We do 4, they're called bog tournaments, invitational only.
Mhm.
Battle of the Grove is what it stands for. You can only use artificial lures. And then Patrick Garmanson puts on a Winter Classic tournament. And same thing. Same rules as the bog tournaments. And when it comes to that stuff, a lot of people are fishing a lot of the same areas that time of the year. because the middle of the bay is almost dead that time of the year.
Yeah.
You're not going to go out there and find trout most of the time. They're going to be pushed up in the rivers, pushed up in the creeks, and you're stacking a lot of boats in a lot of the same spots. Right now,
Hey, since you mentioned rivers, have you fished for redfish in the upper delta much in the grassy areas?
I haven't personally. I know people who have.
That's where I used to catch when I redfished a pretty good bit. That's where I caught the most. And
If I knew how to fish it real good this time of the year, I would, and I'm sure I could go up there and figure it out pretty quick. I just don't ever take the time to do it, which is stupid because the redfish fishing up there is great this time of the year. I know people who are doing it and they're catching their limit every single day they go.
yeah,
I just didn't do a whole lot of fishing in the Delta. Now, early fall or mid fall, late fall, early winter, even almost all of fall, that Delta bite will fire up with redfish, trout, all that good stuff. But back to it's the same as it's like fishing deeper water stuff. That water temp starts to cool off, and they find those muddy bottoms where it warms up. But this time of the year, I don't do a whole lot of fishing up there. I just didn't grow up doing it. I should learn how to do it. It's great up there. I can go up there and catch a few fish, but I'm not a master at it.
right.
I just typically like to, go where I'm confident.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's like when we bass fish. We go into the same spot right there every time. It's like we got 2 or 3 spots, and that's where we go.
Hey man, if it works out, it works out. It's hard if you know you're gonna go and you got a really good chance of catching fish. It's hard to abandon that and go somewhere where you're like.
So I grew up on the northern delta part, and all we did was fish, bass fish all the time. And as I got older, that's when I got into the saltwater fishing. But we had our spots, and that's where we went.
And I grew up fishing Mobile River, the port. That's where my dad grew up fishing. That's where he taught himself how to fish for the most part. We did a little bit of fishing in the bay, but during the summertime, but not a whole lot. Like we used to fish religiously in that area, and anybody who knows me still knows that I fish in there all the time.
Yeah. I got to fish in there in the spring, that one little area to the south of it. That was fire that day.
Yeah, we caught some fish there this weekend.
Y'all did.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you when the cameras come off. But yeah, I grew up fishing in the Mobile River like religiously. If we went fishing, there was an 80% chance that's where we were going.
Yeah.
So whenever I bought my own boat, I didn't teach myself. I've taught myself a lot, but my dad's taught me a lot of stuff. I'm grateful for that. But a lot of the stuff when it comes to in the bay fishing and doing stuff like that, I've almost learned and taught myself more than he's taught me about out there.
Yeah.
We didn't do a whole lot of fishing out there, like fishing all these oil platforms in the bay and doing all this stuff. And I've kind of taught myself that, and fishing that this time of the year they're great. I mean,
You're the one that actually got me out there on those platforms fishing them.
Man, they're so good.
It's
They can be
awesome.
on fire, and it's no secret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And just kind of who gets there first.
and that's what we did last weekend before the rodeo when me and my girlfriend fished. We went out there and hit. Every platform we caught fish on.
Yeah.
And we finally found one, and I think we caught 3 fish under 20 inches on that platform, and we caught 25 trout or
Nice.
24 trout.
How are you fishing the platform?
Free line and baits.
That's what,
Yeah.
One
I do.
small
Yeah,
slip shot.
He's the one that told me that.
That's how I do. A lot of people do it with slip corks.
Mhm.
I hate a slip cork.
I hate a slip cork.
I think
too.
they work great, but dealing with them is the most pain.
That's me
I
too.
did.
Like, we were talking about that triple tail fishing. I'll free line on triple tail.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I quit using slip corks completely. Triple tail, all that. I hate a slip cork. I keep them in my boat because they work, but I hate them.
Well, Chad's got some. This is going to be what you call it, Chad?
Rapid fire question.
Rapid fire questions. So this is just like a either or type answer. Real
All
quick.
right.
You ready?
You,
I'm
go,
ready.
You on the spot?
you just go fast.
That's fine.
Big trout or big redfish?
Big trout,
Artificial or live bait?
artificial,
Morning or evening bite?
morning.
Favorite fishing snack?
I don't eat. No, that's true.
Hey, that's being you, Chad.
You can ask anybody out there.
That's being you.
Yeah.
So do you?
Little Debbie.
Typically,
Donuts.
no.
Yeah.
I'd get an energy drink, and that's it. You can ask anybody
That's
who
a
fishes
lot of
with me.
times I'll do. Yeah.
If I'm fishing for more than 7 hours, I'll get a snack.
I might get crackers or cookies, but that's it.
I don't eat.
We got cookies this
We
morning.
got cookies. Yeah, we got.
Hey,
Hey,
it's fat boys over here.
Another butter started hitting my stomach. Though.
I gotta try to keep my figure.
I ain't got to worry about that no more.
One lure you always buy too many of.
It's a slick lure.
Favorite boat round.
Probably Ralph and Keiku's boat round.
What do you when you charter? What do you put in?
Depends.
Just depends on
Just
who you
depends
meet.
on where I'm
where
catching
they're
fish.
okay.
What's the most memorable fish you've caught?
Probably my biggest flounder. The one that I caught that was just a hair over 7 pounds.
That's a 24 and a half.
24 and a half inches.
Yeah, that's all.
Nice.
Yep.
That's a nice one.
Caught it on accident.
Really?
Trout fishing in November. 25 foot of water.
On grub?
Wow.
On a grub. I
No.
was by myself.
That's wild. One fishing superstition.
Bananas. It's got to be bananas. I'll eat a banana on the boat. I don't care.
So look, Bun's going with it. We're going fishing next week. I don't know if y'all know this, but we're all going fishing with Bun. Bun's going with us or with it. So he's going to bring a banana, just so y'all know.
How he is.
He brings a banana every
I
time.
don't care about a banana. I'll put a whole bunch of them on the boat. I don't think it matters. I think you're either good or you're not.
Yeah, some people get violent over that stuff. I mean,
Y'all
bring that on here. Which I don't eat them that much. They can bring a banana on there, so I ain't worried about it.
If you could fish with anyone, past or present, who would it be?
Coach Campbell.
Oh man, let's see. It's rapid fire, but I have to actually think about this one. I'd probably like to fish with Scott Martin, bass fisherman. I think that would be a pretty safe bet. I think he'd be a pretty cool dude to fish with.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. All right. We appreciate you coming on. And like I said, if anybody's looking to charter out there, make sure you hit Noah up. And like we always say, if you're not in the woods or on the water, you don't know what you're missing.